Hey, this is Ferris Court. I'm at Best Buy 1894 in Kingsport, Tennessee, and I'm here to share some best practices for selling data.
Cool.
All right, so the rumor is that everybody at Best Buy is a data hog. Are you one of those data hogs?
I'm not that much of a data hog.
So what do you use every month?
I use about 4 gigs. That's the plan I'm on. I
Okay.
might be upgrading because I am getting a new phone and I will be adding my tablet. But I normally use about 4 gigs because I'm normally around Wi-Fi at work or at a friend's house. So if I traveled a little bit more, maybe I would need it. But I'm doing pretty good with my 4 gigs so far.
So with the 4 gigs that you have, tell me about some of your favorite apps that you use and that you recommend to your customers.
Okay. I like, of course, a few social medias. I like to use my Snapchat to see what my friends are doing and be goofy. There's some certain things like a mobile banking app that I use all the time because I swipe that card and don't pay attention quite a bit, and I have to transfer certain things. Certain things like that, and then some apps, that we can help with our customers that transfer, certain stuff from one phone to a different phone if we couldn't help them out all the way. And of course, certain things that they like as far as music or games that we would recommend that they would personally want to use.
Cool. So what's your favorite music site that you use?
My favorite music site is probably Milk Music from Samsung because it's particular to their products, and it's very customizable, kind of like Spotify and Pandora, but you kind of get to tweak it to your own liking and control it a little bit better.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So Jason, how much data are you currently using?
About 1.5 gigs of data.
About 1.5 gigs, and why that?
Most of them on Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So at home or at work, I'm currently on Wi-Fi. Of course, if I had more data, I would use that over Wi-Fi, simply for the fact it's just faster than what my Wi-Fi connections are here at Best Buy or at home.
I got you. And what kind of things are you doing that uses the 1.5 gigs that you use?
Well, I kind of limit myself. The data that I'm using is just checking emails, update statuses on Facebook, whatnot. Other than that, I do online gaming, or I would stream Pandora or whatever.
Okay. And last, have you been successful selling embedded tablets?
Absolutely have.
Absolutely have. And what do you do for that success?
Well, basically, I tell them a lot of customers don't know that they have 2 options. They think that it's Wi-Fi only. They don't have the idea that there's a connected tablet that you can buy, which will allow them to use it basically anywhere they have coverage with Verizon.
Awesome. Well, I thank you. Appreciate it.
So Eric, how much data do you normally use?
Between 5 and 6 gigs a month.
Okay. So what are you utilizing to use those 5 to 6 gigs worth of data?
When I check emails, stream world music, things like that, on social media.
Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, I know embedded tablets is a high revenue producing product for you. What's making you successful in actually leveraging that?
Well, talking to customers when you're selling tablets, the fact that you can utilize the same data that you currently have as your data share, it only adds $10 to your monthly bill, so that you can have the option to go anywhere and still be able to access the internet and use your tablet without having to connect to Wi-Fi, things like that, or certain areas where you're not going to be able to get a connection.
Okay. All right. Great. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm at Best Buy 1425. I use about 10 gigs of data a month. I like to use Netflix. I have a 2-year-old who loves Netflix as well. And I stream a lot with Pandora.
Hi, I'm Dane. I'm at store 2764 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. When I think about data on cell phone usage, I used to think about how little data I actually thought I used, but then I realized that I'm actually using 10 to 15 gig a month because I'm watching a lot of Netflix. When I take a break, I go to lunch, I'll literally pull my phone out and start watching a movie, a TV show, and you don't realize how much data you're actually using and how useful it can be.
Dylan,
Yes,
how much data do you use average on a monthly basis?
probably about 8.5 gigs last time I checked.
Okay, and how do you use your data normally?
I get on Netflix, I'll stream a movie here and there if we're traveling, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social networking stuff. I'll download stuff through iTunes and stuff like that.
How often do you use
normal.
Netflix?
On the LTE, probably whenever I travel, but Netflix I probably use every day.
And 8 gigs is good for you.
Haley. So I'd just like to know, how much data are you currently using on your phone these days?
I use 1 gig a month.
1 gig a month? Okay, tell me a little bit about what you're doing on your device to cause your data usage.
Pandora. Driving in the car. I have Wi-Fi at home.
Okay, mostly just Pandora that you're using?
So Josh, how much data are you currently using on your phone?
3 to 4 gigs.
About 3 to 4 gigs?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you currently doing on your phone that's causing you to use the data that you're using?
A lot of Instagram, Facebook, email, some Spotify, stuff like that.
All right, Logan, so how much data do you use?
About 8 gigabytes.
About 8 gigabytes of data? Now, is that the plan you're on right now?
Yes.
It is the plan you're on. Now, were you always on 8 gigabytes?
Nah, I was on 6 gigabytes.
You was on 6 and you bumped up. All right, what products do you use?
I use Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Applications like
So you
that.
do a lot of streaming video, that type of stuff? And do you find 8 gigs is enough, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna go with 10 gigs.
You are gonna go to 10 gigs.
Yep.
Now you feel 10 gigs will make you feel a little bit more comfortable about your data usage.
Yep.
Do you think you'll use more with that, or you think you'll use about the same?
About the same.
About the same, but it's just kind of that buffer gives you a little bit more of a comfort level. All right.
Yep.
Perfect.
Good. How are you?
You got a second for our interview?
Sure.
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
Who's your cell phone provider?
Verizon Wireless.
Verizon Wireless. How much data do you use on your phone per month? Got any idea?
I would say under 2 gig.
Under 2 gigs. Now, is it because you use a lot of Wi-Fi, or is it because that's perfectly amount of data for yourself?
I use a lot of Wi-Fi when I can.
Use a lot of Wi-Fi when you can.
I try not to use data when I'm off the Wi-Fi.
Got you. What kind of services do you use on your phone that drives your data, like Instagram, stuff like that?
Yeah, Instagram. I check mail a lot. I'm getting a lot of mail from work.
Do you do any streaming video or music?
Usually I try to avoid it while using data.
Using data. So if you were able to get, let's say, a 10 gig plan, you'd probably do more of that stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Got you. All right. What's your name?
My name is Kevin S. Hogel.
All right, Dave, so how much data do you use?
Usually use like 4 to 6 gigabytes a month.
Okay, and what plan do you have right now?
The more everything, the 15 gig, the promo for 10 gig plan.
Perfect. And did you start out with the 15 gig plan, or were you at a lesser plan?
I started at 1 gig, and then I moved to 2 to 3 to 4 to 6 to 10 to 15. It just was priced reasonably, and I use the data, and I like to have it when I did.
Okay. And what exactly right now do you use with your data? Like what's driving your data usage?
Typically, I go into the gym, I stream probably like an hour to an hour and a half of music a day. Out and about around town, I do like Yelp searches, Foursquare, restaurant review type searches.
Perfect.
And then at home, I don't connect to my Wi-Fi anymore. Just leave my phone on the 4G LTE. It's faster. Don't have to switch between like the home Wi-Fi. Don't have to worry about my streaming TV interrupting, my speed while I'm searching on the phone. So it's just faster and reliable.
Okay, so do you find having the 15 gigs just makes your life a little bit more easier, so you don't have to worry about, the struggle of, how much data you're using or not having?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, say this month, for instance, I'm going to go on a trip. I don't have to think twice about going over on my data on the trip while I'm doing Google Maps search, trying to find my way around, because I have plenty of data to use. So whether I use all of it or not, there's no worries essentially. The price is there for it.
Perfect.